money might sound, you need the money. What? You the one that's still trying to rap and do shit and charging the kids, the schools $2,500 to go speak to the kids. I go to the juvenile halls for free. I speak to the kids for free. I don't. That's your hustle. So I understand why he might need my name because there's no real relevance to his name. So I get it. So when people think and their opinion don't matter because they way of thinking and they frame of mind is theirs, that would make me like them. That would make me a follower, a sheep. And I'm a wolf. And unfortunately, bro, we make our own rules and we set our own pace. My table knew I was doing the interview. Everybody knew I was doing the interview. I told academics on Instagram to set the interview up. Did I not?
Uh-huh.
I told her. I didn't hide it. I went over there with my wife and kids. That's who went with me to the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Set little Danny down, and my whole thing, my approach was not a rat approach because I don't see him as that. Watch this. Motherfucking vladtv filed some shit on Rick Ross when they whooped his ass, had that man in court. Rick Ross had to fuck around, paid his man like $400,000. You remember that?
I do remember that. It was Rick Ross against Vlad, yes.
Who was Vlad's right-hand man every day after the fact? My son was Vlad's man every motherfucking day after the fact. Now watch this. I see Vlad as a civilian. So he did what he was supposed to do. I'm a strong believer in civilians are not obligated to street code. I see Vlad the same way I see little Danny. Danny's just in the costume pretending. He ain't that. He wasn't put on. He wasn't initiated. Nigga had a bag and niggas on the block that was broke allowed this kid to run around and do what the fuck he wanted to do. That's just like me throwing the keys of my Ferrari, one of my Rolls Royces, to a 12-year-old. You think he ain't gonna get in that motherfucker and drive it?
Mm-hmm.
He might tear it up. Ain't no telling what he gonna do. He ain't gonna treat it like what it is.
Boss Ricky Ross, and I'm sitting here with DJ Greg Vlad. He trying to set me up. He want me to be a defendant.
300,000? I'm talking about this fight didn't even last a round.
No. And I ain't even fight. I ain't fight. I'm a victim.
There was an altercation. Now, whatever happened with that, is that resolved? Is that squashed? Or?
Yeah, that's under control. It was an unfortunate situation. He was somewhere and he got his head bust. And yeah, he said it was like wide or something. I couldn't believe it. They showed me pictures. I was like, oh my God.
Oh man.
Wow. You know what I mean? Why would someone do this?
Some people would say, oh, he deserved that, because Rick Ross, they called you in the room, there was a little scuffle. Well, basically, they kind of jumped you. And then the pictures online, you were very bruised up, and you got, your eye was real fucked up. You look fine now, though.
Thank you.
I have to say, it must be the Brazilian sun.
It's the Brazilian water.
Or the Brazilian pussy.
But I can imagine that a lot of people, and then there's a lawsuit, and probably people have problems with that,
Mm-hmm.
So I know you can't talk too much about it, but...
Not really.
No, not really?
Yeah, exactly. I have a suit, you know what I mean? And then we could bring my lawyer on here if you want, and he can answer the questions. But legally,
so when does this all get settled? They're not trying to settle or anything?
Who knows? These things take a while.
Right.
Are you really angry about it still? Or you kind of...
No, not at all.
You never seemed angry about it.
How could you not be mad about that?
We keep it moving. We keep moving. We keep working. I was back to work.
You were.
Within a few hours, actually.
Because are you the one that posted the pictures online, too, of yourself?
Nah.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
So were you embarrassed at all?
There's a certain degree of that. But at the end of the day, we all human. You know what I mean? And it could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
What's cracking? What's popping? Media Monster J-Dub checking in one time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Let's get to it. Man, come on, Wack. Come on, Wack, bro. I don't know why are you trying to cover for this man 6ix9ine like he's a civilian, saying that you consider the same thing that 6ix9ine did when he went and told on a whole gang that he was posted on the block with, throwing up sets with, putting hits out on people, dissing other people's dead homies and all that. You saying that guy's a civilian, and you saying also you compare him to Vlad, a person who never dissed no one's dead homies. Vlad has never put a hit out on nobody that I know of. Now he wouldn't. Now Vlad will play a flashback of your ops after you die or some shit. He has no morals, but Vlad doesn't blatantly disrespect gangs, sets, and cities, things like that. Now, Wack, I agree with you on a lot of things. I'm a Wack 100. I know he's an outside thinker. That's, you know, and I'm the same way, but it's like he's just going a little left field. It's not making sense to me, talking in circles. Like, I call it the Joe Budden talk. Like, you just get to talking in circles, just saying a whole lot of, it's kind of like, just say you wanted your exposure or say you wanted your bag. He said he didn't get no bag, but I feel like just say you either wanted your exposure or say you want to get your bag. He's like, oh, I'm not a sheep, I'm a wolf. So he's saying he want to be different. You know what I'm saying? Then he went at my son a little bit, but him and my son been beefed up for a while. You heard him. I think this go back a few years. They even my son even challenged Wack 100 to a fight. You know, so they been beefed up. But yeah, the only reason 6ix9ine even did this interview is because Wack 100 said he was going to approach him on some non-threatening, non-rat shit. Like, it was just going to be a normal sit-down. So that's why 6ix9ine did it. And then it makes 6ix9ine image look better. Because it's like, man, I'm sitting down with an OG blood. Because at the end of the day, Wack 100 still is an OG blood. And people are still going, you got still some little teenagers that's like, man, look at 6ix9ine. He snitched on them, whoop. And he's still with the OGs. Look, he even got an OG validating him. So I'm like, man, I don't know, Wack. It's just not a good look, bro. But at the same time, Wack is not a rapper or artist. He's technically a behind the scenes guy, a music industry guy. So it's not like it's just hurting his brand like that. He's still big blood, big Paru, so big Bompton. So like, shit, he's still Wack. What can you say? But I don't think nobody's gonna agree with this. But if you just get in the comments, let me know if you feel like TEKASHI and Vlad did the same thing. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, Vlad had got lumped up. He got gratata, you know what I'm saying, watata, all that, by Rick Ross back in the day for making some posts. I think it was about that Officer Ricky stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ambushed him, smacked him up a little bit and whatnot, and Vlad came up on like 300,000 or 400,000. You know what I'm saying? I think that was like 2010, 09, something like around that time. So when Vlad be like, oh, I just started off from the bottom. I'm like, bro, you got a nice check off of Ross now. We ain't gonna act like, shit, I ain't got jumped for no money. I ain't got jumped, had to walk home, glasses broke, all type of shit. Ain't got no money. But, yeah, man. Like I said, Vlad ain't never put no hit nobody. Vlad ain't never been in no gang. Come on, Wack. You know that was kind of a reach. Vlad is an actual civilian. TEKASHI was a person portraying to be a whole gangster out here. He's on the phone, as Vlad say, he's on the phone putting a hit out on somebody. You know, putting a hit out on Chief Keef. So it's kind of like, come on, Wack. But, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Appreciate y'all.